She's April.
And she's Molly.
And we are
the Book Besties.
8 plus 3 is 10.
For the magical gaze.
And boy, is it heavy.
We're hiding in a hot dog stand. It's
whatever. Disrespectfully, fuck you.
What in the world?
I have a list of these I'm gonna do. I've been working on it. I'm sitting here prepping and planning just to do intros now.
Great. I don't know what to do with that information. It's been a while since we've sat in this space.
I know. And I'm sitting upright. Yay me!
How's your surgery recovery going?
I'm doing pretty well, actually.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it.
But sorry, the neighbor has something on fire, and no, that's not my monkey, not my circus. But I'm doing okay. I've driven twice. My mother-in-law just left, which she wouldn't have, but she had her own things to go take care of.
Oh yeah, of course.
And life is very busy right now here. You know, it's the spring season. It's always busy for kids in the spring season.
Yeah. We're always busy in the fall too. We're just busy. We're just
busy because that's what kids do. They make your life busy.
They do.
They make your life busy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're recovering well and that we can start filming more regularly now.
Me too. I'm excited to get the season done. It's going to be a fun season.
It's going to be a fun season. We've got some good books.
Yeah, and Katie's making us read monster porn. So, you know.
As one does.
You know? Because, you know what's funnier about that is that out of the three of us last episode, you know who knew the title of the book? Chessie. You and I could not remember the title of that book for the life of us. And Chessie's like, "Oh yeah, Morning Glory Milking Farm." She knew exactly. What
I think it's funnier that Tom was like, "Oh yeah, that's a good one." I was okay. You've already read it.
You know what? Great. Thanks for that. You know what? Tom approval's all right then.
I DNF'd a book today.
That's not normally your jam.
Listen, I love to DNF, but a lot of the reading that I have to do lately has been either pod or for book club at work, and I really can't DNF either of those things. But it was a book for book club, and I just could not read it. I made it to 25% and was like, no, this is really bad. So
and that sucks because especially you do those things because you want to do them, and then.
Well, I mean, I don't really want to run the regular book club. I want to run the romance book club, but I have to run the regular book club.
Because you're the grown-up.
There's no one else that wants to lead it, and we have to have it, so.
But you're the boss. You could just assign it to someone.
I really can't. I mean, I could, but I really can't. Because there's only 3 of us in the building that are able to do programs, and one only works with kids. And the other one's new, and I'm not going to overburden her with too much. But all that is aside, that
makes you a good boss.
I DNF'd Hamnet today.
Hamnet.
I was listening to the audiobook. I love Shakespeare. I think we've talked about that on here before. Yeah. I've been to the Globe Theater. I've been to Stratford upon Avon.
Very cool.
Yeah. This book was terrible. I didn't like it.
That's heartbreaking because I love a good Shakespeare retelling.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't even know what was happening. My official review was I don't know what's happening in this book, but I know I don't like it. DNF at 23%. I didn't quite make it to 25. I made it to 23.
That's so frustrating because you're like, I want to like you. Why?
I don't ever want to like a book. It's do I like a book? But the good news is I had to read 9 books for this month.
That's a lot.
Which is a lot. And I've actually already finished 2 of the March books that I needed to finish. So I finished them in February. And so now I get to slide in a re-listen of Project Hail Mary before the movie comes out.
That's what we're doing. I'm forcing Matt to
really
do that.
Excited. I
wish I could
excited
about Project Hail Mary.
I wish I could get Tom to read it to, because it's on our audiobook app. Like, he could read it,
Come
but he said he'll just go see
on.
the movie. The book
Go
is
with
so
us.
good. The book is so good.
It's so good. I mean, I get lost in the science. The ADHD does wander off a bit in there.
I
but
like the
just
science of it. And I like that
don't
Andy
have that-
Weir is a scientist, so he knows what he's talking about.
I don't have the science brain. It's like when Matt talks about his work, it turns into the peanut teacher.
Yeah, I'm
I
familiar with
nod, I
that.
shake. Tell me more about it. That's what
Got
I
it.
say. Tell me more about it.
Well, hey, I'm wearing a Carpe Librum shirt today.
Can you? Okay.
Read,
Speaking
think,
of.
act, repeat.
Speaking of, I went on their website the other day. Did you know how easy it is to act like to do a full shopping on there? It is so freaking quick.
Yeah.
I ordered a tote because I need a second one. Obviously,
yeah, those totes hold up so well.
They're so sturdy. And I ordered the I Read Bam Books tote, which looks freaking huge. I'm so excited for it.
Yes.
And the checkout process and using our code was so freaking fast and easy.
Mm-hmm.
I like their website has no glitches. It's not slow. It's like you go to a website and you're really excited to use it and it's like bogged down and you know it's slow and it's hard to get to. That's not the issue here.
Yeah.
Like I was in and out so fast.
Yeah, I've
fast.
been a fan of theirs from the first time I bought t-shirts from them in, what was it, 2024, I guess?
Yeah.
So it's been a few years of me wearing their shirts. And right now you can go on their website and use the code New Things with an S on the end, 2026. New Things 2026.
2026.
And you will get $5 off your order of $25 or more.
And they're running other specials too right now.
Yeah, and they stack.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the code through the end of the season. So we'll say it a lot, but definitely go do it. I found out they're going to send me some more merch to wear to BookCon.
Which is so exciting. I'm so excited for you,
excited.
Katie.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I'm going to get so many selfies from you guys. I'm so excited.
I don't know. We may just not text you at all. We may just cut you out after that.
Rude ass.
I mean,
whatever. Disrespectfully, fuck you.
Okay. Should we talk about what we were talking about this week?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which book it is.
This week's book is The Grimoire Grammar School Parent-Teacher Association.
Look how cute that
by
is.
Caitlin Rozakis. And this cover and these sprayed edges were the reason I picked this up. The title also was so adorable.
It's so funny.
I just thought, I saw this in Barnes & Noble and thought, yes, that's a book I want to read. I think I had actually sent it to you because of the title alone. And then I happened to be in Barnes & Noble and picked it up, and you had picked it up too. And this is when we both really wanted to read.
It up around the same time because it was so cute.
It's so cute. And we both wanted to read this one. We really love a good cozy fantasy. And this one has those vibes.
I love a good magic school. Give me a good magic school. And giving me a magic school from a different point of view than just the students.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I'm in my seat.
It reminded me a lot of like the TikTok creators that make the like what it would be like to be a local parent at Hogwarts. Like I had those vibes the whole time.
That one chick that's like, what's Quidditch? What? Why are these stands so high up?
What are we doing?
Somebody's gonna fall. We're gonna die.
What are we doing here? Yeah.
What are we doing here? There's no harnesses on those children. Why are they flying on those broomsticks?
Right. Yeah. And I am glad we did this one. So how about a synopsis?
Me too. I would love it.
All right. Vivian and Daniel are the parents of a normal human girl named Aria. Normal until a mentally ill werewolf attacks Aria while she is on a hike, causing her to become a werewolf herself. Since Aria is no longer, quote unquote, normal, her parents move her to a magical community with a fantastic private school for magical kids. Aria's tuition is sponsored by the alpha of her new pack, Mrs. Fairhair. Unfortunately, this small town is full of mean girls, PTA moms, and a curse that might literally be the death of them all. Arya must learn to conform to societal norms and pass several high-stakes entrance exams to remain at Grimoire Grammar. Meanwhile, Vivian needs to navigate the mean moms, forgive herself, and keep her marriage from crumbling.
Just, a normal school year.
Normal school year. Yeah.
Just a normal school year.
Yeah. So both of us had this book on our physical TBRs. The cover and title alone attracted me to the book, but the concept felt very fresh to me. So what were your thoughts overall on this book?
I really enjoyed this book. And the reason I enjoyed this book so much is there is a sense of normalcy in this book that you don't get from a lot of magic school books.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of heavy topics in this book, and there's a lot of heavy things going on in this book.
Yeah.
But also there is this sense of this could happen any time and place if you take out the magic.
Yeah.
And that sense of normalcy really made this book a win for me. Does that make sense? Because you can't, I don't know if I can place myself in Hogwarts. I don't know if I could be at the dragon school in
Basgiath,
right? But I could see myself at this PTA meeting, arguing with someone about why we're not funding the kids' wizard chess tournament, right?
Yeah,
I can see myself getting in that argument, arguing over the carnival, that kind of thing. It felt real and unreal at the same time.
So I'm somebody that really likes dark academia. So I do read a lot of magic school place,
you do love
stories.
That vibe.
I do. It's like the gothic vibe of it. But
it's the emo side of you.
Listen, I am purple in shades of gray until I die. Don't get it twisted.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying it's that emo side of you. You like the darkness.
I do. I'm dark and twisty. So the fact that this book is not dark academia, but what it felt like to me felt completely original. Like the fish out of water situation is it's a trope, right? It's a trope.
Yep.
But this book took it to a way that I felt was more original. And I ended up giving it 4.5 stars.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I read the physical book. I know you listened to the audiobook.
Which was good. I liked the narrator. The pace was good.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I liked it. So let's go on to number 2. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right. Arya is an outcast in her school because she was not born a werewolf.
Right.
She's considered unnatural and has difficulty making friends. We both felt like this book was autism coded. So I want to talk about that first. I am the mom of an autistic boy. My son was diagnosed with autism officially when he was 7 years old, but we knew he was he was neurodivergent pretty much his whole life. Yeah. And I really felt like there were instances in this book that it was like watching my life with James.
Yeah. As the out kid, as the neurospicy kid growing up, the one that was underdiagnosed, the one that was ignored. Yeah. The one that was bullied for being different. Yeah. This felt very familiar. Yeah. From that sense too. And the scene that really got me and really got my thought process of that was it's chapter 3. We're near the end of the chapter. They're home with her and they've been working with her about shifting and being in clothes and stuff. And there's a conversation with her about being naked outside. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I've had that conversation so many times with both my
boys. That's
what
I'm saying. That feels like a real conversation. Someone who has a non-neurotypical child would have to have, right? Yeah. What is normal and what's expected? Because I have had to have those kind of conversations with Piper Addison since she was little. What is expected? What is the appropriate behavior in this moment? Yeah. How you're supposed to speak to others. because sometimes their brain doesn't process it, right?
Right.
The logic's just like, I'm comfortable, this is fine.
Yeah.
We're going to keep going.
Right.
So, yes. I would be not...
Sorry, go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't an undertone of her purpose of this book.
Well, I tried to do some research to see if she had a neurodivergent kid, but I do always read the acknowledgments. I know I'm a nerd, but I love doing it.
I love it.
And I can't confirm that her kid is neurodivergent, but what I can say is in her acknowledgement, she says, finally, thank you to all the incredibly hardworking teachers and school administrators out there, and especially to the ones who have been supporting my child all the way. This was never an easy job, and it's only gotten harder in the more recent years. I hope you take the satire in this book in the way it was intended, as affectionate teasing. While the school supply list has sometimes been long, at least it usually comes with Amazon links, and I don't need to access Hidden Store to get everything. I'm pretty sure, given the incredible grace with which you handled the challenges of the last few years, my son's school would have dealt with the reckoning better than Grimoire grammar. Thank you for all you've done and continue to do. So I think
that's really sweet and funny. Yes.
Yeah.
And she's on our team for sure. She's part of us. She's
and I'm going to skip further in the questions because I feel like this question follows the last one better.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk about how she experiences bullying, like even from the people who are her friends.
And there's parent bullying. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about Aria experiencing bullying from the kids. Yeah. There's a scene in which Vivian and Aria are over at what's the mean mom's name?
Oh, I can't remember. At the party in the treehouse.
Starts with a C. Is it Celeste or is it Cecilia?
Cecilia.
Cecilia. No.
Yeah.
Cicely.
Okay. Cicely. Yes.
They're at Cicely's house. Moira and her daughter are there. Cecily, Moira, Vivian are doing arts and crafts, and the girls are playing together, and Aria, quote unquote, wolfs out. And she ends up breaking something, and the play date ends pretty abruptly. And Vivian expresses like those concerns of feeling embarrassed and like she can't take Aria anywhere. I have a very similar story. When James was 4, and Sam was a baby, itty bitty baby, and we still lived in Ohio. And we still lived in Ohio. We went to a play date. James had a play group, and we met every week. And so we went to the play date at this one woman's house, and James was still working on being potty trained. It was, he was fully 5 years old before he was fully potty trained. I had him in underwear because he had been doing so incredibly well, and he had an accident. And I felt judged by the other moms that my 4-year-old wasn't potty trained. They couldn't believe that I needed to borrow a bag to put his underwear in. And
that's weird.
Also, who doesn't just have plastic grocery bags in their house?
That's also odd, y'all.
What the fuck? Everybody.
They are very versatile. If you don't have plastic garbage bags and you're paying for trash bags for your bathroom, we are not on the same tax bracket.
No, exactly. And by the look of this house, we were not on the same tax bracket. But there was a lot of judgment. And then it seemed like people didn't really want to invite us to play group anymore. And it was never his fault, you know?
No.
It was never his fault. A kid. Yeah. So anyway, I felt very like I related really hard to Vivian.
Yeah.
Minus the magic.
We've had a very similar story, not accidents. Piper telling inappropriate things that she doesn't know are inappropriate. We had a sleepover. They were in 3rd grade. She was at her best friend Courtney's house, which she's still best friends with. Hillary's cool if I tell this story. Courtney had just gotten a kitten, and the kitten had been neutered. And Piper was trying to explain to the other girls her age, who weren't even double digits yet, why it was important for that kitten to be fixed. And going through like the keeping of cats safety and like lowering like birth rates, and she just went into like a lot of detail about like reproduction and stuff, and I had to be there for pickup to apologize because she opened up doors unintentionally, right? Piper was just being Piper and talking science, and these girls heard sex and babies, and it's not fun. But Hillary is a teacher, and she knew Piper's heart, and the only mom that really got upset was the homeschool mom, but that was for different reasons.
I feel like Arya's friends would not have been bullying at all if it weren't for their parents.
It's mirroring.
Yeah, because and we'll talk more about this later, but in that final like battle, all the kids are rallied around Arya. They know that she's the one that can fix the problem.
Well, and she's like, they visibly watch her sniff it out, right? They're like, oh, she knows what's up.
Yeah. So I don't think they were the problem, but you know, adults are often the problem.
So. Children mirror what they see.
Yeah. Now my kid has a really good group of friends, and they will call him on his shit. They'll be like, "Come on,
that's
James."
Wonderful."
But not in a mean way. They don't pick on him.
They're just supportive.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next question. Please. Vivian, in her attempt to make friends, falls in with Cecily and Moira. Cecily is a high-ranking mage who is also the president of the PTA. Moira is a Selkie with a tween competing to enter a prestigious high school. Both women have daughters in Arya's kindergarten class. What were your initial impressions of these women?
Oh, they were the mean girls.
Moira actually is talking bad about Cecily before she even introduces Vivian to Cecily.
Yeah. I did PTA. Hillary forced me into PTA. And it's usually the same group of women that were the cool girls, the popular girls. They still need to be popular. And so this is the best way they can be that person. And it's a lot.
Yeah, I have no desire to be in the PTA.
And it usually ends up that way, that they bring in somebody new, and they're like, oh, and if they sense any oddity in you, they really pick at it. And it's the same as high school and middle school. And
I mean, who you telling? I was a teacher. I was a high school teacher who literally felt like I worked with high schoolers, even though they were adults. Like, I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about the adults. Like, I can think of an example. I worked at 3 different schools before I finished library school. And the first school, I had a woman who didn't like that I was put as the lead teacher for our grade level. Literally the only reason I was the lead teacher, it was not experience. It was the fact that it was my second year at the school and everyone else in the department in our grade level was new. Wow. So she didn't like that. So she convinced 2 other women that I was a problem. And she basically bullied. And it was so dumb. And then in the second school I worked in, I had a fellow teacher who literally would bash me in front of students to her students with her students. And one of my students who was in her class, who was the editor of the yearbook, she was deeply uncomfortable by this because she spent a lot of time with me and we had a great rapport, and she didn't like it. But you know, when there's always a joke about eating lunch in the teacher's lounge. Yeah, I wouldn't do it because they are just full of volatile people. Not for me. The PTA is no different. I have no desire to be in the PTA.
Nope. I stepped back from that when we moved here. I was done. Like, Hillary dragged me by my ankles practically to the PTA.
I tried to do it, and then I was told, well, that might be how they do it in Ohio, but this is how we do it our own way. So, I will not be doing the PTA.
Yeah, no, fuck the PTA.
Yeah.
It's too toxic.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Vivian, in her attempt to make friends, falls in with Nope, I already read that question.
Yep.
Let's go on to the next question. There is a lot of shade thrown at other books in this particular genre.
So
like
much
Harry
shade.
Potter, for example. And there are also things that draw on real world things. Like
I felt attacked in this book.
There's a mom who is doing MLMs, and then there's of course the vicious PTA moms, which is definitely a cliche.
Okay, but in the MLM mom's defense,
she was my favorite character. She was my favorite character.
She's from the underworld, and of course people are going to be scared of her.
She's my favorite character in the whole book.
I related to her so hard.
I love that she's from the underworld, and so she chose to be a rebel by wearing pink. I love it.
I grew up
and cat shirts and
like
motivational posters.
She's a hippie. You know what I mean? Like she's a variation of the hippie mom.
I
love it so much.
Yes. Okay, so did you think these things, including like real world references, did it help with the world building?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This world, she wasn't heavy-handed in it at all.
No.
There were times she would jump into a new location and she wouldn't mention the jump, and I'd be like, wait, where are we? Yeah. That's like the only time I struggled a little bit, but calling Luro gals out, I felt seen, but it also hurt my feelings a lot.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, I thought the world building was really well done because this story, you could take away the magic and it's just a normal small town PTA.
Yep. The Harry Potter references are funny because they're like, don't even mention the Wizard Boy books because the Wiccans get really upset. It's so funny.
My favorite were like, I loved the little like text messages that were at the beginning of each chapter to say like whatever announcement. Because gosh, we get those all the time.
The school, yes, but the texting in general is hilarious.
The texting and the emailing that we get from the school, I get 3 separate notifications about the same thing, and it's a bus and my kids don't even ride the bus. But I really
Fridays for high school is when email blasts go out. I get an AP history. I get principal. I get superintendent. I get the school counselor. There's 6 people that all send out emails, and it's practically the same information sometimes.
Yeah. So there were parts of these like messages from the school that were like talking about like we're going to have a sensitivity training on this because some people offended different magical creatures. But this was my favorite one. It's the start of chapter 15. April 29th, 10:13 a.m. The next parent advisory council meeting will be taking place in the school cafeteria instead of the teacher's lounge. 2 minutes later, so April 29th, 10:15 a.m. Apologies for the change. The next parent advisory council meeting will take place on Zoom instead of the school cafeteria. Link attached. 10:21 a.m. Another slight change. The PAC meeting will be on Google Meet instead of Zoom. Please delete the previous link. 10:32 a.m. Last one, we promise! Exclamation point. The PAC meeting will be taking place in an interdimensional vortex. You'll receive an embossed invitation 38 minutes before the beginning of the meeting. Don't forget to bring a blood offering for the Zrithgar and
Zurith.
Okay, sure. And the Restless. I was just like, what is happening? It felt so realistic. And the mom that does the MLM, she's every one of us that ends up in those things because she wants to help the family, right? I want to help the family. And
I mean, it's why I did it. Well, I thought I was being helpful.
And the truth is, being a stay-at-home parent is significantly helpful. Like, that's
totally feels that way right now.
You are recovering from surgery. It's not the same right now.
Tell my brain that.
So I just did tell you.
She don't listen.
Okay, well then
she doesn't need an embossed invitation.
With 38 minutes before.
It better come by owl, damn it.
Why 38 minutes? All right.
8 plus 3 is 10. 10
8 plus 3 is not 10. 8 plus 3 is 11.
You know what? I deserve you to clip that, Tom. Please do.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so dumb. Oh my god.
I think we need to move on. The magic.
I'm going back to elementary school, it sounds like.
Sure. The magic in this book is similar to the words and types of fictional schools. However, similar to other worlds and types of fictional schools. However, there's a sense of normality and mundane about their lives. The magic seems to be a given, and considering the way they talk about there being other schools, it could be commonplace in other locations. Do you think there was more structure to the magic world that we are not seeing in the book?
I think so. Mm-hmm. I also have a feeling like she has a murder wall somewhere, right? Because there's no way this chick didn't come up with all these crazy different runoff schools without being like, okay, so this one is in Toledo, and then that one's in New York City, but we have to put something out in San Francisco because San Francisco needs a school, right?
Of course, the next thing
and then like
for the magical gays,
right? Because that's as a writer, that's how my brain would work, and I would have to flush all of that system out before I could move on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I can say that in her acknowledgments, she also talks about like her first book is called Dreadful. Her third book is actually coming out soon. This is her second. And she said that she would not have been able to write this book had it not been mostly finished when Dreadful actually hit stores and blew up the way it did. I have now added Dreadful and her upcoming book to my TBR list, not my physical TBR, because Lord knows I have enough books on that, but to my TBR list.
I'm not laughing at you.
I really liked her writing a lot, and I want to read her again.
It's comfortable.
But I do feel like, yeah, she probably has a murder wall somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to follow up on that, on the magic system, and I want to know what your thoughts are on mundanes, which is what muggles, it's what they call people who don't have magic.
Yeah.
Mundanes, being able to do like basic spells, because both Vivian and Daniel learn simple spells and are successful at casting them, like including unlocking the magical alley and creating a sigil for their family. So what are your thoughts on that?
I feel like there's a little magic in all of us. You know what I mean? And it's a skill set. And if you practice that skill set and you work on that skill set, it's like the piano. The more you work on it, the better you are. And so maybe you're born mundane, but can become, a substitute teacher at the grammar school. But it just, that's what I think. I think that there's just a little bit of magic in everybody.
So I have conflicting feelings about this being included. As a mom, I would want to know everything that my kid is doing. And I do. I ask my kids what they're learning. James talks to me about math, and I have no fucking clue what he talks about. And just usually say, math is Dad's territory. That's none of my business. Like, I don't have any business doing math. But I want to know what they're doing, so much so that I do research on what they're learning, right? Or they're doing beta, and so I do research on what beta is. And so in that way, I can see like wanting to be able to cast spells, because your daughter is going to be able to do these things. I understand wanting to be able to do it and understand it. And you want to
be able to help her and understand it, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like they shouldn't be able to be successful with the spells. Like learning them and understanding the mechanics of them, but being unsuccessful casting them feels more like similar to being a neurotypical parent of a neurodivergent child.
That makes sense.
And to be fair, I am not a neurotypical parent. I am neurodivergent myself. I just don't have the same type of neurodivergence that James does. Or
purple
that Sam
and
does.
Lavender are still the same color. They're both purples.
Very, very true. And Tom would agree because he's colorblind, so it's all purple to him.
Wait. Did he get a waiver to be an OS? I have so many questions.
Yes. So I'm going to say it, and Tom, if you don't want this to be in, feel free to cut it.
I didn't know he was colorblind, and that's a thing that OSs can't be.
He can't be colorblind and be an OS, but he started as a TC before OS rate existed. Right. When they combine the radar with the TCs, he got grandfathered in because radar men were not able to be colorblind. but the
Right.
TCs could be. So
Right.
technically, when we lived in Texas, some boats disappeared on the radar when he was watching them. I would be like,
That's not his fault.
That seems unsafe.
That's not his fault. But there was plenty of other people there. I'm not blaming you, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely on your side. They should not. Yeah.
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 Anyway, so yes. But neither of our boys that we know of are colorblind. They've both been colorblind tested. But Tom's dad is also colorblind, and he's a painter, which is weird that he's able to do that. But anyway, and boys are more susceptible to colorblindness than girls are, and it is genetic. So I'm glad that neither of my boys got it.
There was a guy I worked with at Houston that had transferred into Houston from the north, and all our traffic lights are like this right up here, but the traffic lights in Texas are like this. He ran several red lights because he didn't know the difference because he was colorblind.
Yeah. Tom has more colorblindness in terms of shades. So yellow is his favorite color because he can see that. In any shade, it's always yellow.
That's valid.
But like reds and purples and blues can get really murky. They're all really the same. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways,
so back
to this. So Daniel and Vivian are experiencing some difficulties in their marriage.
Yeah.
Vivian feels guilty because she's the one who planned and took Arya on the hike where Arya was attacked. Yeah. Daniel feels like an outsider in his own home. What do you think of them as partners?
This struggle is super real. This struggle is super real, and it's a realistic, like, division in the house. It's a realistic, her guilt is real. Like, his feeling like an outsider is real. Their need for therapy is very real. For it being a fantasy novel, their marriage felt realistic. They moved so the child had a better access to school. They were living almost out of their means. Like, it was realistic to me.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought so too. And I also think when you have a kid who has something that makes them different, it can be that it's neurodivergence, or it could be that they're sick or something. That puts a strain on marriages. Yeah. The divorce rate is really high for parents who lose a child.
Yep.
Parents that have children who go through long terminal illnesses, because
children that go missing.
Well, yeah. Because how do you find a balance between being partners with each other and loving each other and prioritizing your marriage when your kid is the one that needs help? It's just a really hard thing. So I felt like it was really realistic. I really love that Daniel decided, I'm going to learn magic too, because that was his way of trying to feel like he fit in. I think initially he was doing everything he could to make things better for Arya by working really hard to keep her in the school. Like, he felt very strongly that he was not going to live on the support of the pack leader.
Right. He didn't want a handout.
It was his responsibility to take care of his own kid.
What was really realistic for me is they're fighting, right? It wasn't one scene, right? It wasn't this huge blowout. I mean, there was a huge blowout eventually, but it was little things that kept adding up. And they kept snipping at each other in public, and this was a very realistic view of what happens in a marriage when you guys are at odds.
Absolutely.
And as someone that has been at odds with their partner before, because no marriage has made it this far as Matthew and I have without having arguments like this.
Right.
You really learn a lot about yourself and the other person. But how you come back from those things is what's important. And she shows how they bounce back too. Yeah. Which I really loved.
Yeah, me too. You and Matt have been married for 18 years? 17 years?
We will be hitting 19 years this year. Gotcha. In April, we will have been 20 years together.
In April, we will have been 17 years together. And in June, we'll have been married for 16 years. So, because I know you guys were married when we first met. I knew that.
Yeah. But, I was pregnant at your wedding with Libby.
Yes.
I was very pregnant at your wedding.
Yeah.
It was the one thing I was greenlit to get out of the bed to do. I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was on bed rest.
I don't think I remember that you were on bed rest, but I do remember that you were very pregnant.
You were very busy back then. You were a very busy person back then.
I'm still a busy person.
Right. It was a different busy.
Yeah, because I was in grad school and working full time, and yeah, it was a lot.
We also had, we had a group back then that also made things difficult, and our own variation of a PTA, let's say.
Yep. Although I gotta tell you, the military spouses were worse in Ohio. I think having some of the people in our group be in the military probably made it a little bit easier, or maybe it was the fact that in Ohio all the wives were officers' wives. Like I was one of a few that wasn't. And one of the women whose husband was a chief, my husband's chief, told me, my husband is your chief. And I said, yeah.
No.
She's like, well, then you need to listen to me. And I was like, that's his rank. That has nothing to do with me.
I want to, I will say this till the day I die. Your partner's military status is not your achievement. Your partner's, I want to say this very clearly. I would like words here if you can, Tom. Your partner's military status is not your achievement.
Yep.
Is not.
It has nothing to do with me.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying
no. I mean, I'm
all saying of you fuckers.
It doesn't have anything to do with me. He earned that on his own. It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it's like the parents that brag about their children's achievements like they're theirs. Does that make sense? Yep.
But somehow
my son's a Marine.
It's worse because I made those kids. I didn't make Tom.
I don't know. We do build those men up sometimes and really help them become better people.
Possibly. All right. So this book has a large cast of characters. Did you have a favorite?
Oh, I liked the siren. I loved that the siren and
Radney. Is that how they say her name in the book? Radney, or is it Radney?
Radney, okay. More that way. And she was married to the woman, the MLM Underworld mom.
Orphney, who was my favorite.
Orphney. I really liked their dynamic, and I liked the wolf pack. I loved once we got used to, once the family kind of actually welcomed the wolf pack in and the wolf pack welcomed them in. I loved that dynamic.
Yeah.
I loved the demure grandma.
Mrs. Fairhair, when she's like, you're our pack too, to Vivian about her and Daniel. I was like, oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, she's taking
right, and she's taking responsibility for what her son did. She's taking responsibility for it.
The guilt that woman must feel about the behavior of her son, but also the younger pack members is what got me. They instantly, because some of them were adopted, right? So, and brought in. So for them to see this child and go, you're one of us, let's go play. And they just,
one was a werefox and wasn't even a werewolf. And so they...
Yes, there was... It wasn't just... There's not just there's all kinds of were creatures in this book. It is so sweet and cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about the prophecy.
Okay.
This town has an old prophecy called the Reckoning that seems to imply that Arya, because she's an unnatural wolf, will bring doom on the entire town. This is the driving conflict for much of the book. Were you surprised that it was all a ruse to get Moira's son into high school?
No!
Me either.
No!
Me either.
No!
I knew there was no way that they would bring in the coach guy and just leave that there. I knew there was no way.
How many times has a rumor in an elementary school or a middle school gotten so out of control that the parents and the kids and the teachers and everybody's talking about it and none of it's real?
Yeah.
That is so realistic.
And the prophecy may still be real, although Miss Weatherford, whatever her name was.
No.
I thought it was
the ghost.
Weathersnap. Yeah. She said nothing that the woman who made the prophecy ever said came true. So it's possible that it's not, but
she was pretty much like, that bitch is crazy. That shit wasn't real. Y'all need to calm down and stop
believing her.
And leave me alone.
I was not surprised. I was a little bit surprised that it was Moira that did it and not Cecily. But
Parents
I was not
do crazy shit when they're desperate.
I know, but I was not surprised at all that it was being faked. And there were clues along the way that, like, if you reread this book, you would be like, oh yeah, this is leading to that. Mm-hmm. One of those things being that we meet the coach of the kids, who's like helping them get and pass their exams. We meet him and we hear what he's willing to do, and then we see offers. We see how he does the presentation for the it wasn't a science fair, but for the fair for the kid. We see that. And we see how Arya says it smells like this. Like, she can smell the magic.
She can smell it.
Yeah. And the fact that it was only happening at the school. Like, there's more to this town. It's like Hogwarts.
Honestly, Arya's talent to sniff out bad magic and, like, evil uses of magic really wasn't touched on as much as you thought, but it is a really good Easter egg for future placement in this world if necessary, right? Because that child really could become something very special.
Yeah. I think she is really special. She's
she is. She is.
Yeah. And
I love this.
Her having to learn to not wolf out, which is what they refer to as, when she changes to a wolf without really meaning to.
Control.
Yeah. It's having a meltdown. Her learning to be normal, quote unquote. That's what we do with autistic people. Instead of making room for them, we put them in things like ABA and tell them you have to learn how to feel and behave like you will fit in society, as opposed to just making space for them. James never did ABA. I have no issue. I'm not judging people that do it. James never did it. I don't believe ABA works.
As someone that was sat in the hall a lot just for being being myself, and I felt this very much in this book. Like, I can't control it.
But in the end, her being a wolf is really what saves them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue.
Being who we are is the most important
embracing
thing.
It. Yeah.
Yep.
So the book ends in an epic battle between Vivian's crew and pretty much the rest of the PTA. Do you feel the behavior of the adults was believable?
Yes.
Okay, so I disagree with you, but go ahead. Go ahead.
The entitlement of the wealthy parents. Mm-hmm. It is Aunt Becky and that bitch from Desperate Housewives buying their kids' way into fucking colleges. Mm-hmm. It is, I do what I want, and my kid gets what they want. It is entitlement.
Yeah.
And that is so real in private schools.
It's real in public schools, too. That part of the adult behavior I felt was very accurate. What I didn't feel was accurate was, like, literally forming a mob and going to attack Vivian and Arya. That felt very excessive.
That was also, like, drama for the book. You know what I mean?
That part to me was unrealistic. It was really, honestly, the only part of this book that I was like, not so much. Even with the magic stuff, I was like, that could happen. But
too far. Slow down.
This is too far. We're hiding in a hot dog stand. It's just too far.
It's a magical hot dog stand.
I mean, it really wasn't. It was just at the magical school. All right. So what are your thoughts on, and we kind of hit on this already, what are your thoughts on an elite school having a cheating scandal in the magical world?
Realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody wants to be the best.
Yes. And I really love that they talk about how high stakes testing is forcing their hand, because I actually worked with a teacher who got fired and lost her license because she gave her students answers on the state standardized test.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I have big feelings about standardized testing after we were in Texas. I was told pretty much that Piper wouldn't be allowed to move up a grade because it would alter the grades of her current class level, and they needed her there.
Yeah, it's probably not okay that we do this, but we have used James as leverage. You need him to remain on an IEP because he's helping your positive stats for kids with disabilities.
Right.
Because he's so smart.
And
I know that's not necessarily right, but the school knows they have to get a certain percentage of their students with disabilities to pass, and he doesn't have a problem passing. No.
It's frustrating because for Texas, for example, the standardized testing is how they get money, and how the Texas government,
pretty much how all schools work.
How Texas government really gives them money, and so. Our elementary school was on the lower end of testing until Piper's grade came in, and several of her classmates were high achievers like her. And when I requested for them to test her to go a grade level up, I was told in no uncertain terms, they're not going to be doing that because Piper is one of the reasons their numbers are so high.
Yeah, but I think in a lot of ways she dodged a bullet because even though she is really smart and probably could have done fine in a grade higher, there's a maturity level.
Oh, yeah.
In elementary school, it might not seem that way, but when they get to middle school and high school, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I really thought a cheating scandal in a magical school, especially being a private school, it made a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I mean, I totally can see this happening. I totally can see it happening.
Yep.
That's all the questions I've got. So did I miss anything? What did you give it as far as a rating? I gave it 4.5.
Let me look. I can't remember. I don't know. I honestly can't remember right now. Let me pull it up.
I don't think
you so many books ago.
I know. I don't think you rated it as high as I did.
I don't think I did either.
I want to say you gave it a 3.5 or a 3.75 or something like that.
I think I gave it a 3.75. I gave it a 3.75.
Which is really surprising to me because I felt like this book deserved more. But I'm never going to force you to change your rating. But
I enjoyed this book, but it's also one of those books that when I woke up this morning and go, okay, we're going to be talking about Grimoire Grammary. I'm like, shit, I've forgotten a lot of what's happened in this book. This is talking about it.
This is a hard book, in my opinion, to write questions for because the story was just a vibe. Like it's not a good one to like sit here and have a deep discussion with, other than like the autism side of it. But it's a vibe.
Absolutely, and I think next week's book, I kind of feel the same way with next week's book too. Like I feel like I spent a lot of time writing questions that were more on the history than the actual story, if that makes sense.
The vibes are different in that story, though, for sure.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about what we're talking about next week. Next week, please. And I don't have a copy of it, so
I do
here. Oh, Molly has a copy. Okay, good. So it's The Lilac People by Milo Todd, and it's historical fiction, LGBTQ.
World War II.
World War II. I mean, there's a man looking away on the cover instead of a woman looking away. But that's what we're talking about next week. And
boy, is it heavy.
Yeah, it's very heavy. Very heavy. We have
is it heavy.
We have 5 books this month because it's March and it's a longer the way the days fall. There's 5 Tuesdays.
Just more.
Yeah.
More Tuesdays.
Yeah, but the month is going to end with us sitting down with Nurse Katie and talking about
who's hosting.
I know, talking about Morning Glory Milking Farm, which I think should be fun.
We absolutely should have forced Chessie to join us.
I think Katie would totally agree with that. I feel like... No, that's not what I was going to say. The last guest of the season is going to be my husband, our editor, Tom, who's been with us from day one. When we had this crazy idea for our podcast...
And we couldn't figure shit out.
I literally asked Molly, that sounds like fun. How do we do that? And we were both like, we don't know. We don't know how to do it. So I told Tom about it that day when I got home from work, and he was like, oh, I can do that. I can edit. And then here we are 5 years later with light studios and special cameras and special mics, and my husband
Tom going, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm listening to these people still talk about books.
Yeah. He has editing equipment next to me here, and we
appreciate it, Thomas, really.
We've been to 2 festivals, and we've done a bookstore.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
We are a sponsored podcast, yeah. I mean, it's been a long journey, but it's time for a break.
It is. Yeah. I have so much to do, and so do you.
Yeah, my job has become exponentially harder. And frankly, I like my job so much more now that it makes me want to do that, as opposed to before where I just really didn't want to do my job anyway.
Which is valid, because sometimes we don't want to do our jobs.
It's totally valid. All right, so I think we're going to get out of here, and we'll see you next week. Oh, use our code nothing. No, that is not. New things 2026. Use the code. $5 off an order of $25 or more.
$5 or more.
I'm wearing my Read, Think, Act, Repeat shirt today. The website is beawesomereadbooks.com. The company is Carpe Librum. They have a physical store that's opening up in Louisiana in April.
And doing festivals.
Yep. And their shirts are size inclusive. They do not shrink. They do not fade. I've had this shirt for almost a year now. And
they have hoodies.
Love it.
Which I didn't realize. I mean, I realized that there was like other apparel, but like they have a whole subsection of hoodies. And right now they have a bunch of shit on sale, stuff on sale. If you go over to their website, they always have something on sale.
Yeah, they do. So check them out. New Things 2026. We'll see you next week. Bye! Thank you for joining us on Book Besties. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The views discussed here are those of April and Molly, not those of anyone else. Today's book was The Grimoire Grammar School Parent-Teacher Association by Caitlin Rozakis. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Carpe Librum, the shop that has bookish things for bookish people. And right now you can save $5 off your order of $25 or more by using the code NEWTHINGS2026. Your book besties are Molly Biggs and April Watkins, editing by Thomas Watkins, and music is Sleep Sweetly by Prigida. Don't forget to follow the Book Besties on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If you'd like to contact the Book Besties, please email us at bookbestiespod@gmail.com or visit our website, bookbestiespodcast.com. Until next time, besties, get lost in your favorite book.